All right, Maddie, let's take a look at one of your runs towards the end of the year on Ego Alley. Here you just cleared a pole, and one of the most important things in slalom is a quick pole plant after clearing the pole. I call it block and plant. We pretty much come through with the same hand in that position and then just drop the tip down. The pole plant should come at the end of the turn. Helps us get recentered, rebalanced, and get ready for that next turn. It helps us, speed up that transition so we are ready. But unfortunately, here you came in, never really got that pole plant done right away. Eventually, it almost came down. Maybe it's there, but that's just way too late. So you weren't ready for this next gate at all. Never got recentered, and therefore you can kind of see what happened. Here again, we should have that pole plant done a heck of a lot sooner, and it's there, but it's too late. So it really is the end of the turn, and therefore we can get recentered, get our hips up over the boots at the top of the turn. That didn't really happen. You never really moved forward. Came in a little too low here to the gate. So, the next thing we've got to think about is really just bringing your line up the hill. If you bring your line up the hill, give yourself more space above the pole in the rise line, allowing you to give your feet some room to bring shape back to the pole so we have our turn done by the pole with direction. A lot will fall into place because none of that happened here. All your turn is down here. This is where your turn is. This is what we call the apex, where the most direction change. So it ends up to be a J-shaped turn. So it's sort of like straight, and now it's going in here. And we really want this thing to be comma-shaped out here, have direction done by the time we pass the gate. You ran straight at it, and you exited late and low. Again, no pole plant. Now, one of the issues with the pole plant is we got to block the pole and just push straight through it without having to move the hand. We don't have to push these poles out of the way. We don't have to push them down. They're going to flop. If you just push your hand straight forward, it gets you in the position of pole plant. So here, you came in, you blocked it, but you kind of pushed the hand away. You can see your hand moving. Now it's back there, and it's really in no position to pole plant. And you really kind of didn't pole plant. So came in here a little late and low and direct. And therefore we had that scissoring going on. You recovered okay, not bad. We really obviously would rather have our skis going more this way a little bit with direction done and not down the hill, because you are going to have some of your turn down here below. But again, you can see the hand. Watch the hand. When you came into pole plant, you push the pole down, and therefore you're not in any position to pole plant. So you had to raise the hand, and we don't have time for all that, so you just bag the pole plant. Because you didn't pole plant, you didn't really get it recentered soon enough. You're coming in too straight, too direct, not giving yourself enough space, above the rise line here, and therefore it's all down here, your turn, well below. I think if you gave yourself, we see all this diverging going on here, but I think if you gave yourself more room above the pole, give your feet some room to bring shape back to the pole, get your turn done above, that will go away. Again, just not quite staying above it, we call it, but you can see yourself clearing these gates, and your skis are going this way, and they should be going a little more that way. You know, and there's your pole's in a good position to pole plant because the hand's high, the pole is going this way. All you have to do with your wrist is drop it to the ground. It's really a tap to the side. You started to, and that's better. It just could be a lot quicker. Remember, it's going to set up the transition. It's going to set up the recentering. It allows you to get the hips up over the boots, which you really didn't do here. You can see you're, kind of, there's no ankle flexion. Hips are back. You're really in the back seat going through here. Well, let's watch this. There's your hand. If you just push straight forward, your pole, see where your pole is. It's in a. And that's how you want to clear them, with the pole, the tip of the pole out in front. But you want to keep that position so you can drop it down to plant. But all of a sudden, where's your pole go? Your tip's behind you. Because you came in here and you gave it a little push down, right there. Now we're in no position to pole plant. Now you have to raise it up, and the pole plant, if that's a pole plant, I guess it was right there. It's just way too late behind you. Didn't allow you to get into the, recentered and forward out of the transition. So you end up going now, straight. Now you knew you wanted to go this way, so you just started moving. That's why you moved to the inside. That's why you had that divergence. But we got to give ourselves more room. We got to get the pole plant earlier. We got to give ourselves more room above the pole. We got to give our feet more room. Your feet should be out here, such that we can bring shape back to the pole. Have direction done when we pass the pole. And here you have no direction done, and all your work is going to be down here. That's where you're turning. We need to turn above the gate, not below it. That, I don't know. I mean, you can see, a little leaning in, but again, you cleared it, but all of a sudden the hand's behind you. Got to push forward through the clearing without dropping the hand or bringing it back. Get that pole to the ground. You watch World Cup skiers, you watch Michaela Schifrin. Sometimes you don't even know they're pole planting. It happens so fast. Here you can see again the hand goes down, and not really a good position to pole plant. Need to give our feet room, exiting hairpins or flushes, so we can exit with direction. There ain't much direction happening there, so you didn't have it done, you weren't ready, so you just moved to the inside. And again, we should be pole planting there already before now, so we can get centered. Get our feet some room and have shape done above. Bring shape back to the pole. We should have been out here with more with our feet, bringing bringing the shape back to the pole instead of going more straight at it. And your shape is down here in this area. And that causes you to be late. Unfortunately, late turns into late. So, gotta stay ahead of it. But, got some good fundamentals. I think it's more your line. So next year, watch this again in December. But think about bringing your line up the hill. Give yourself more room above the rise line. Make sure you give your feet room at the top of the turn so we can bring shape back to the pole, having direction done, staying ahead of the course, being above it, all right, and clear stronger with the hand so we can quickly drop the pole into a pole touch to the side. That will set you up for a faster transition to get recentered, rebalanced, so you can then move forward and get those hips up over the turn, hips up over the boots, to be early for that next turn. Have a good summer.